Alright, I'm having to go live once again. Alright, I apologize for that. I didn't have the mic on during the first live stream, but overall, I basically just reviewed the week 0 games, and um, so I apologize for that if I didn't get into the week 0 games. However, you guys will be getting the week 1 games right now. You know what? I'm going to go back over week 0. And starting off, Sweetwater with a 34 to nothing win over McKenzie. Notasulga out of 1A defeats Bullitt County 39 to 6. Bullitt County out of 4A. Notasulga looks good so far, especially defensively. So Notasulga is definitely going to be a team to look out for. Obviously, a game against Maplesville later in the year, that's going to be a tough one. But, that region so far, look out. Notasulga could be winning a region championship the way they're playing. Winterboro 18 to 16 win over Vincent. Hanley with a 55 to 21 win over Gunnersville. Quarterback Cannon Kyles looked really good. Gunnersville surprisingly shut down Tay Meadows, which was really surprising. Tay Meadows is a beast. So I was really shocked at that. But, but overall, Hanley looked dominant. Trinity 6, ACA nothing. Trinity's defense this year looks really good. And overall, Trinity is going to be a tough opponent for anybody they play. Thorsby 32, Jemison nothing. Spanish Fort 21, Fairhope 10. Tallahassee with a 34 to 13 win over Reeltown. I'll talk more about that game. I'm a graduate from Reeltown, so obviously I'm going to keep my bias out of this podcast. But during the Reeltown football review, I'll be discussing Reeltown football, obviously. I'll be reviewing the games, giving you the players of the week, and then giving you a preview and prediction of the next matchup. And to finish off Thursday night from week 0, Williamson with a 53 to nothing win over LaFleur. All right, Friday night, Evangel Christian with a 56 nothing win over Meadowview Christian. Maplesville with a 14-13 win over Highland Home. That seems like it was a really good game. Russell County with a surprising 29-22 win over Smith Station. I was actually really shocked with that one. Eufaula 40, Carroll over Ozark 8. Moody with a 49-28 win over Elmore County. And after I go over the week 1 matchup for Elmore County, I'm gonna discuss Elmore County a little bit. Central Phoenix City with a 42-23 victory over Powerhouse Peach County out of Georgia. Central Phoenix City, that entire region for Central Phoenix City, 7A Region 2, looks like it could be the toughest region in all of Alabama high school football right now. Central's 2-0, Auburn's 2-0, Dothan's 2-0, Enterprise is 2-0, and Prattville's 2-0. Speaking of which, Prattville and quarterback E.J. Ousley, who looked impressive, defeats Wetumpka 41-13. Just a dominant performance, and Prattville looks like a really good football team this year. Excel with a 30-12 win over W.S. Neal. Bibb County, who looks pretty good this year, with a 27-0 win over Greensboro. Elba 41, Delville 14. Foley 28, Robertsdale 21. BTW, Booker T. Washington High School out of Tuskegee, with a 20-6 win over Carver out of Birmingham. And Booker T. Washington, shout out to them. I'm actually really hoping they do well this year and going forward. Their brand new head coach, L.A. O'Neal, was actually the defensive coordinator at Reeltown back during my junior and senior year of high school. When I went to Reeltown, I went to Tallahassee for the first good bit of my high school, time. But I graduated from Reeltown. But Coach LA and Coach Matt Johnson, the current head coach at Reeltown, are probably the two men that really inspired me most to want to be a head football coach. So, and that's what I want to do. I want to teach and coach high school football. High school football is kind of my passion, which is why I decided to start this podcast, which, by the way, I'll be live again tomorrow with the previews and predictions of this upcoming week's games. But this today, I'm going over week 0 and week 1 and the scores. Lochapoka with a 40-28 win over Beulah. Fife, one of the best football teams in the state of Alabama, which, by the way, there's actually a rumor about Fife possibly getting an opponent in week 5 or week 6. It's on September 24th, so I think it would be technically week 5. But Fife possibly could get an opponent that week, but I'll make a video about it, as well as the Reeltown football review. Alright, Ranburn with a 28-26 win over White Plains. Luverne, 34-7 win over Blackshear. Luverne actually had their running back from this game, ran for about 180 or 204 touchdowns. He was on the Fever Athlete of the Week. Of course, he didn't get it over Iverson Hooks or Jalen Daniels. I think he finished 3rd, but he was on there. Did put up a good performance against J.U. Blackshear. Clay Central 34, Chilton County 7. Verbena 36, Coosa Central 8. Abbeville Christian 52, Springwood 6. McAdory with a 21-7 win over St. Paul's. That was surprising, and St. Paul's is currently 0-2, which is really surprising. They have played 2 really tough opponents, but they also beat both of these opponents last year. So you have to wonder, is St. Paul's in trouble a little bit? We'll have to find out. Theodore with a 28-14 win over Saraland. Hopeful in what I'm assuming was a jamboree game, because they did win by forfeit over Goshen, but I'm wondering if this was like a jamboree game. They beat Shelby County 24-20, but they also got a forfeit win over Goshen according to Max Preps. Donahoe 25, Pleasant Valley nothing. Pike Road with a 76-51 win over McGill-Tulane. That's got to be rough to score 51 points in a game and still lose by nearly 4 touchdowns. And this game's the reason Pike Road is currently the number 1 ranked team in 5A. Well, that and St. Paul's kind of fallen off a little bit. But Pike Road looks good so far. And their game with Carroll actually got moved to tomorrow, so I'll be previewing and giving a prediction to that one tomorrow. Geneva with a win over Opp by forfeit. Of course, right now with COVID going on, you're going to see, forfeits and stuff. But, it's not necessarily just because of COVID that you get a forfeit either. Greenville 10, Hillcrest Evergreen 8. Leeds 40, Sylacauga 20. Huffman with a 21-19 win over Benjamin Russell. Of course, Benjamin Russell has had a halftime lead in the first 2 games, and they've kind of lost their lead in both games. So we'll see if Coach Aubrey Blackwell can get it together there. Valley with an 18-7 win over Beauregard. Cornerstone Christian 40, New Life Christian 8. Prattville 13, or Billingsley 13, Prattville Christian nothing. Montgomery Catholic with a 35-0 win over BB Comer. Catholic currently looks like one of the best teams in all of 3A. So, Catholic is tough. Catholic and Fife both right now. Of course, Fife had the week off. Fife only had 8 games scheduled. They're looking for a 9th game, hopefully. But they've already had a week off this week. Stanhope Elmore 37, Selma nothing. Rehoboth with a 34-7 win over Providence Christian. Baldwin County with a 34-0 win over Mary G. Montgomery. Auburn with a 45-0 win over Park Crossing, another team in that 7A region too. That Auburn looking like they might make a return trip to the state championship this year. Arlington 38, Dale County 27. Andalusia 21, Faith Academy 20. and Homewood 37, Hillcrest Tuscaloosa 34. I've seen both of those games. They were both thrillers. Autaugoville 32, R.C. Hatch 14. Autaugoville looks good this year so far. Calera 26, Demopolis 22. Hueytown 57, Minor 14. Jackson 47, T.R. Miller 44. I might have to find that game. That sounds like a thriller. Munford 42, Talladega 28. Baker with a 13-0 win over UMS Wright. Wadley with a 27-7 win over Horseshoe Bend. Anniston with a 30-7 win over Welborn. Montgomery Academy 38, St. James 36. St. James ran 21 offensive plays in this game and put up 36 points. However, they had 72 plays ran against them, I believe. And their defense just got so worn out. Their defense played really well up until them getting tired. Of course, I listened to this game on Friday night because Reeltown played on Thursday night and St. James was our next opponent, so I kind of listened to the game to kind of get a feel. St. James is obviously a really good football team. Montgomery Academy also a really good football team. St. James just got wore out and they couldn't really do a ton offensively. They scored on a few big plays and stuff, like big pass plays. Glenwood 31, Bessemer Academy nothing. Fayetteville 21, Woodland 12, Montevallo 30, Marbury 13. Thompson, who's currently the number 5 ranked high school football team in the entire country. Yes, Thompson is currently number 5 ranked in the entire country. They beat the brakes off of Oxford, who is usually a really good 6A team, usually a powerhouse in 6A. And Thompson just whoops them. Sampson 12, Marengo 6. Callaway, Georgia defeats Opelika 30-21. Opelika is currently 0-2. Their 2 opponents so far were playing in the state championship in their respective classification in their respective state last year, and that was Callaway, Georgia, and Auburn. And Opelika's kept both games close. So Opelika's a really good football team, probably a semifinal team in 6A easily. I know it's early in the season though. Look, but right now I'd put Opelika as probably one of the top 6 teams in all of 6A, even being 0-2. Lynette with a 54-7 win over Georgiana. Lynette looks really good. I believe they're currently the number 1 ranked team in 2A. Holtville beat Goshen by forfeit. Orange Beach 50, JF Shields nothing. Escambia Academy 42, Pike Liberal Arts 26. Success Unlimited 50, Jacksonville Christian 30. Briarwood Christian 41, Madison Academy 17. Evangel Christian Academy 21, Oaks 14. Edgewood 34, Southern Academy 13. Coosa Valley 28, Hooper Academy nothing. Chambers Academy 43, Lee Scott 3. Now on Saturday, Gulf Shores with a 17-7 win over Alberta. Hoover with a 38-14 win over North Gwinnett, Georgia. Lanier with a 26-12 win over JD, which is Jeff Davis. And Viger with a 22-13 win over Blount. That closes out week 0. I'm actually going to take a short break to I apologize, guys. The stream cut out. But I was going to take a short break to go to the bathroom, and I thought my mic was actually muted. So I apologize for that, guys. But we're about to get into week 1, and then we're actually going to get into the high school football rankings, and hopefully tomorrow everything will go a lot more smoothly. And of course, today I'm coming out with the rumored potential new opponent for Fife, which is going to replace a matchup that got canceled, and I'm also going to come out with the Real Town Football Review. So make sure to be prepared for that, guys. But anyways, let's get into week 1. And starting on Thursday night, Providence Christian with a 49-30 win over Northside Methodist. BB Comer with a 40-0 win over Childersburg. BB Comer looked like a pretty good football team. A nice way to bounce back after getting shut out by Catholic. Jackson with a 40-20 win over Clark County. St. Michael Catholic in Phillip Rivers' head coaching debut with a 49-0 win over McIntosh. Strong with a 38-2 win over Red Level. Foley with a 20-0 win over Murphy, and Southern Pratt with a 40-16 win over Springwood to wrap up Thursday night. By the way, guys, I apologize if I missed teams. I'm doing so many different areas and regions that it's easy to overlook teams. So I do apologize if your team kind of gets left out. I'm not trying to do that. It might happen. There's a lot of games to go through. But let's go ahead and get into Friday night. Grace Baptist out of Tennessee defeats Evangel Christian 48-20. Autauga Academy with a 42-7 win over Childs, Florida. Briarwood Christian 42, Spain Park 8. Fairhope 28, Andalusia nothing. Central Phoenix City 33, Eufaula nothing. UMS Wright 31, Mobile Christian nothing. Cleburne County 48, Beulah 13. Sacs 42, Talladega nothing. Greenville 14, Blunt 12. Evangel Christian Academy 52, Tabernacle 14. Escambia Academy 59, Glenwood 47. Russell County with a forfeit win over Barber County. I don't understand. Russell County probably would have won that game on the field too. That's a 6A school going against a 1A school. So, yeah, But, anyways, Elba with a 33-28 win in their rivalry game against Opp. Flomaton 38, Northview 14. Spanish Fork 42, St. Paul 7. So St. Paul's starts out 0-2. However, like I said, they haven't had exactly what you would call a cakewalk schedule so far. Sidney Lanier 33, Paul W. Bryant 13. McKenzie 41, Marengo 24. Wetumpka 18, Tallahassee 14. This just had to be heartbreaking for Tallahassee, losing on a Hail Mary like that. But they had a 14-0 halftime lead, in a game that they definitely should not have lost. Randolph County 40, Woodland 34. Lafayette 53, Coosa Central 14. Edgewood 43, Hooper Academy 13. Leeds 17, Pell City nothing. Rehoboth 16, Ashford 6. Thompson with another 55-0 win, this time over Sparkman. So Thompson has outscored their opponents 110-0 so far, and both of them are pretty good opponents. So, Alabama Christian 47, Highland Holmes 6. Alabama Christian's defense looks really good so far this season. Only gave up 2 field goals to Trinity, and then they absolutely swarmed against Highland Home. Prattville Christian over Elwood Christian by forfeit. Wadley 21, Ranburn 14. Prattville 29, Stanhope Elmore 6. Geneva 14, Slocum 7. Victory Christian over Horseshoe Bend by forfeit. Citronelle 34, Satsuma 6. Dale County 55, Daleville 18. White Plains 29, Donahoe 14. West Blockton 43, Holtville 25. Hewitt Trussville 41, Saraland nothing. Saraland's another team that's 0-2 right now down in that Mobile area that's kind of surprising. Robertsdale 31, Alberta 7, McAdory 30, Demopolis 28. McAdory, of course, starting out 2-0. Chambers Academy over Abbeville Christian by forfeit. Sweetwater 13, Thomasville 7. Sweetwater a 1A school, Thomasville a 3A school. Of course, both of these schools are really good football teams. Sweetwater a 1A powerhouse. Thomasville, pretty good. Valley out of 6A barely beating Lynette out of 2A 14-8. Of course, this is a rivalry game, and Lynette always gives Valley all they want. Lynette is a really good football team. Dadeville 47, Elmore County 7. Elmore County, they cannot stop the run so far. They got a lot of work to do if they want to be, if they want to be able to win some games this year. They got a lot of work to do. Arlington 49, Goshen nothing. Vincent 40, Billingsley 6, Marbury 34, Dallas County 12. Beauregard defeats BTW Booker T. Washington 29-22. Just a heartbreaking loss for Coach LA and his team, and a game that they definitely they really should have beat Beauregard, but just a heartbreaking loss. Iverson Hooks once again puts on a show, throwing 3 touchdown passes as Pike Road beats Calhoun 56-0. Auburn 16, Opelika 14. I'm telling y'all, Auburn is a good football team, but Opelika is also a good football team, even sitting at 0-2 right now. And you might be wondering, like I said, how's an 0-2 team good? Well, but that 0-2 team has played 2 really good football teams and kept it close. So, Lee with a 41-13 win over Jeff Davis. Faith Academy with a 13-7 win over Williamson. Southside with a 44-16 win over Selma. That's Southside of Selma. Gulf Shores 31, Brookwood nothing. Dothan with a 14-7 win over Park Crossing. Of course, Dothan part of that 7A region too. Dothan looks really good. The whole region almost looks really good so far. Montgomery Catholic shuts out Charles Henderson 50-0. They've outscored their opponents 85-0 so far. Montgomery Catholic looks like one of, if not the best team in 3A right now. Of course, there's still Fife. American Christian 34, Greensboro 20. Montevallo 41, Shelby County 24. Thorsby 54, Verbena nothing. T.R. Miller 36, Escambia County 6. Munford 21, Fultondale nothing. Notasulga 12, Winterboro nothing. Notasulga looks really good, especially like I said defensively. Sorry guys. Bibb County 31, Fayette County 12. Bibb County, the Fayette County is usually a 4A powerhouse, so Bibb County looks really good. Pickens County wins a rematch of the 1A state championship from last year, 26-16 over Linden. Of course, Linden beat them 32-8 in the state championship game. So Pickens County with some revenge there. That's got to feel good. Viger 25, Hillcrest Evergreen 14. St. James defeating Reeltown 35-6. Of course, I'll talk about that in the in the episode coming up not too long after this. Maplesville 28, Isabella 21. Jackson Olin with a 38-12 or 38-13 win over Calera. Altagaville with a 38-12 win over Talladega County Central. Trinity with an 18-15 win over Montgomery Academy. That was actually pretty surprising to me, Trinity beating them. But like I said, Trinity looks pretty good this year. Clay Central with a come-from-behind victory over Benjamin Russell. Clay Central down 20-14 at halftime, outscores them 21-6 in the second half. Hillcrest Tuscaloosa with a 35-10 win over Tuscaloosa County. Sylacauga with a win over Lincoln by forfeit. Hoover defeats Alpharetta, Georgia 35-7. Smith Station defeats Columbus, Georgia 50-0. Orange Beach with a 26-0 win over Fruitdale. Orange Beach off to a 2-0 start with 2 shutout victories. Not bad by them. They've outscored their opponents 76-0 so far. Anniston 32, Ohatchee 27. Headland 13, Abbeville 6, and Enterprise 28, Carver Montgomery 12. And that's going to wrap it up for week 1. Now I'm going to get into the AHSAA football rankings, the top 10 in each classification. Alright, so these are the rankings heading into week 2. Starting in Class 7A, Thompson, of course, is number 1 at 2-0. Hoover behind them at 2-0. Auburn behind them at 2-0. Hewitt Trustful behind them at 2-0. So 7A Region 2 and 7A Region 4 both look very tough so far. Central Phoenix City is number 5 at 2-0. So your top 5 teams come from those 2 regions. So that should tell you how tough those regions are. Theodore is number 6 at 2-0. Daphne is number 7 at 1-0. James Clemens is number 8 at 2-0. Enterprise is number 9 at 2-0. And Oak Mountain rounds out the top 10 at 2-0. Fairhope and Baker, who are both 1-1, are receiving votes right now. I'm very surprised that Prattville and Dothan and Enterprise aren't receiving votes right now. Moving on to Class 6A. Spanish Fort is currently number 1. They're 2-0. Clay Chalkville coming in at number 2 with a 2-0 record. Pinson Valley, the defending state champions, are number 3 at 1-1. Briarwood Christian, who moved up from 5A to 6A last year, they look really good so far, sitting at number 4 at 2-0. Number 5 is Mountain Brook at 2-0. Number 6 is Hartselle at 2-0. Number 7 is Homewood at 2-0. Number 8 is Hillcrest Tuscaloosa at 1-1. Number 9 is Opelika at 0-2. Of course, like I said, played 2 really good football teams. And number 10 is Eufaula at 1-1. Helena at 2-0, McAdory at 2-0, McGill-Tulane at 0-1, and Hueytown at 1-1 are currently receiving votes in Class 6A. Now moving on to Class 5A. Pike Road at 2-0 is currently number 1. Your number 2 team is Pleasant Grove, who's 1-0, who was in the state championship last year. Clay Central is number 3 at 2-0. Leeds is number 4 at 2-0. Faith Academy at number 5 at 1-1. Alexandria is number 6 at 1-0. Russellville is number 7 at 2-0. Gunnersville is number 8 at 1-1. St. Paul's is number 9 at 0-2. And UMS Wright is number 10 at 1-1. Andalusia at 1-1, Fairview at 2-0, Greenville at 2-0, Tallahassee at 1-1, and Fairfield at 1-0 are receiving votes right now. Let me get another. Sorry, it's hot in here. All right, so moving on to Class 4A. Gordo is currently number 1 at 2-0. Handley is number 2 at 1-0. Madison Academy is number 3 at 1-1. West Limestone is number 4 at 1-0. Viger is number 5 at 2-0. American Christian is number 6 at 1-1. Williamson is number 7 at 1-1. Jackson is number 8 at 2-0. Anniston and Jacksonville are tied. Anniston's 2-0. Jacksonville is 1-1. Others receiving votes: Bibb County at 2-0, Aniata at 2-0, Etowah at 0-1, Mobile Christian at 0-1, Montevallo at 2-0, Priceville at 1-0, and St. James at 1-1 are currently receiving votes in Class 4A. Now moving on to Class 3A. Currently, the number 1 is Fife at 1-0. Number 2 is Piedmont at 1-0. Number 3 is Montgomery Catholic at 2-0. Number 4 is Plainview at 1-0. Number 5 is Flomaton at 1-0. Number 6 is Bayside Academy at 2-0. Number 7 is Montgomery Academy at 1-1. And number 8 is Trinity at 2-0. In my opinion, Trinity should definitely be ahead of Montgomery Academy, considering they just beat them. Number 9 is Slocum at 0-1, and number 10 is Sachs at 2-0. Several teams receiving votes: Dadeville at 1-0, Hillcrest Evergreen at 0-2, Opp at 1-1, T.R. Miller at 1-1, Excel at 2-0, Danville at 2-0, Thomasville at 0-1, Southside Selma at 1-0, Winfield at 2-0, Chickasaw at 1-0, Ohatchee at 0-2, and Phil Campbell at 1-1 are receiving votes right now. So, in Class 2A, number 1 right now is Mars Hill Bible at 1-1. Lynette at 1-1 is number 2. Geneva County at 1-0 is number 3. Of course, Geneva County has 5-star running back and Alabama commit Emmanuel Henderson on their team. Number 4 is Spring Garden at 1-0. Number 5 is Elba at 2-0. Number 6 is Abbeville at 0-1. Number 7 is Clark County at 0-1. Number 8 is Westbrook Christian at 1-0. Number 9 is North Sand Mountain at 0-1. And number 10 is Addison at 2-0. Others receiving votes: Faultville at 1-1, Whitesburg Christian at 1-1, B.B. Comer at 1-1, Thorsby at 2-0, Houston County at 2-0, Leroy, who has not played yet, Lamar County at 2-0, Orange Beach at 2-0, and Sandrock at 1-0 are all receiving votes. Now, finally, Class 1A, and then we got AHSAA, but Brantley is currently number 1, and they haven't played yet. Number 2 is Sweetwater at 1-0. Number 3 is Pickens County at 1-0. Number 4 is Maplesville at 2-0. Number 5 is Linden at 0-1. Also tied at number 5 is Milry at 1-0. Number 7, McKenzie at 1-0. Lochapoka is number 8 at 1-0. Marion County is number 9 at 2-0. And Decatur Heritage is number 10 at 0-2. Others receiving votes: Cedar Bluff at 0-1, Notasulga at 2-0, Raglan at 2-0, Berry at 0-1, Summerton Christian at 2-0, Hubbardville at 1-0, Keith at 2-0, and Wadley at 2-0 are all receiving votes. And finally, AHSAA. Escambia Academy is currently number 1 at 2-0. Altaga Academy is number 2 at 2-0. Glenwood is number 3 at 1-1. Pike Liberal Arts is number 4 at 1-1. Chambers Academy is number 5 at 2-0. Patrician is number 6 at 1-0. Number 7 is Morgan Academy at 1-0. Number 8 is Bessemer Academy at 0-1. Number 9 is Tuscaloosa Academy at 0-1. And number 10 is Macon East at 1-1. And finally, the others receiving votes: Sparta at 1-0, Crenshaw Christian at 0-1, Edgewood at 2-0, Jackson Academy at 2-0, Valiant Cross at 1-0, and Banks Academy at 2-0. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for going ahead and watching this. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And yeah, I'm going to continue to do these Wednesdays and Thursdays. I don't have a set time for what time I'm actually going to do them. But I appreciate everyone for listening in. And with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow with the week 1 or week 2 previews and predictions.